actually bought a what do they call Cameo from you a while ago from Special Ed, doing something for my podcast a while ago, like 2 years ago. So it was great. You had me and Benny Rizzuti, like, yeah, Benny's old and Don has great hair or something.
I remember when I saw that, I remembered your name. I was like, I know that name. I wasn't exactly sure because I knew, so no, I do remember doing that one because I saw Don Sill. I go, how the fuck do I know that?
Yeah, and I interviewed you years ago when you did Meet the Creeps and stuff. We did a phoner back then, and I met your governor.
To work for Good Times?
Yeah, Good Times magazine. Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I pulled that out of my ass.
Wow, dude, that's awesome. Yeah. And I'm psyched that you remembered me.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I
know. How the hell did you remember Don Sill?
I don't know.
That was the weirdest
I just remembered
thing.
that name.
Man, you must have boosted his ego like you wouldn't believe.
But I remember, whenever I came to Long Island, I always get that Good Times newspaper. Yeah. And they always had comedians' reviews of shows in there, and they the metal
scene.
bands, the music scene. I always loved that paper. And I just remembered his name from that.
That's crazy.
Because when he said Don, I go, wait, did you used to work for Good Times? He's like, yeah. I go, I remember that name.
Right.
And then I met John Blend.
Yeah.
A couple years ago when I was out here doing a show.
Right.
And I never met him before. I'm like, dude, same thing with the newspaper and all that stuff. I said, I think he wrote a bad review about my set, but probably. He's like, yeah, probably. I go, yeah, probably. It was probably funny. Bad. Yeah, I go, I'm sure, but yeah. So I guess it's still around. Good Times.
It is. Yeah, none of those same people are with it.
Yeah,
It is still. Yeah. In fact, I think they even have them in the lobby here.
Oh, really?
I should have had one waiting for you.
Funny.
Yeah, it was great. I don't know. I just always remember that about Long Island. I just remember that name, Don Sill, for some reason.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Why do I know that? I don't even know my kid's birthday. I got him mixed up the other day, but I know
really
Don Sill from friggin' 15 years ago.
That's wild. So, Bite the Bullet is the latest special on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm curious about that because you're basically putting out stuff like your special yourself. Right? And you throw it on YouTube, and then you basically then have people, if you liked it, Venmo me or PayPal. Like, that's an interesting way of doing things.
Well, a lot of comics are doing now. If you can't get a Netflix or an HBO special, that's the formula. And even if they donate, they don't donate. At least people are going to see it,
right?
And hopefully that translates into more people coming to see in a comedy club, and that's what you want.
Right.
So if you put it behind a paywall, like on Amazon Prime, like I got a few specials on Amazon Prime, you can rent it or buy it.
Right.
But you got to go find it. It's, dig and dig. On YouTube, everybody's on YouTube. It's right on the phone.
Sure.
Right.
I'm just a comic telling jokes, so you don't need to see it on a big screen. I'm just standing there telling dick jokes.
Right.
So you don't need to go, I got to wait till I get home. It's on an action flick. So that's been the model. And, so obviously I didn't have a place to. If Netflix said, "Hey, I want to give you $1 million to film a special," I'd be on Netflix. But that ain't going to happen. So I'm like, that's fine.
But does it? I mean, I guess, but you'd have to be a guy like of your level to kind of, I don't want to say pull it off, but to make it work. Like a up and comer couldn't. Do you think an up and comer could take that approach? Or?
I mean, they could, yeah. And then once they start building a following, send everybody there, see their stand up. I think anybody could do it, really.
Yeah.
And now you don't have to be, in New York City at the Comedy Cellar to try to make it. So somebody could put you on TV. You could build up your own audience.
Yeah.
Right.
So somebody could put that out there. Everyone's putting like clips of their stand up out. Like that's the big thing.
Oh, sure.
On Instagram, TikTok, and that's the new formula now. And then one of them might go viral and like, holy shit, who is this guy? And then it just catch on. I mean, I remember Bert Kreischer was doing, he's selling out comedy clubs every show. And he put that whole Russian mob story on Facebook.
Right.
And it put him in theaters.
Yep.
And that story's been around for a while. He's been telling it for years, and it just caught wind. And next thing you know, he's playing theaters.
Yeah,
he's a monster actor.
That's an excellent point. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
So you just never know. I mean, it's all luck of the draw, but
you
just want more eyes on it. And you could shoot a comedy special really cheap. Before it was like, $250,000 or something, 150,000, so like, I'm not going to do that.
Well, now you just get a college kid.
You could almost do it on 3 iPhones and cut it together. So it's easier now to do.
And it's great. The Bite the Bullet, I laughed my ass off. I thought it was fantastic. The ex-wife having more rings than Brady. I laughed my balls off on that line, man. I loved it, and I got it.
I don't know if my ex-wife liked it, but I'm glad you did.
Well, she's the ex. Who cares?
Exactly, but no, any sports fans get that. So
of course,
they get the break. Yeah. I forgot because it was another. Oh yeah, I think I did say it. I actually did that joke tonight on stage, and then I usually said she must have been mad when Brady won that one to Tampa.
Yes.
She's like, oh, now I got to trick 3 more guys.
That's fantastic. And how'd it go this weekend?
They're phenomenal.
Yeah, it's always a good crowd here, right?
I love it that they don't do late shows.
Right. Yeah.
A drunk late,
right?
Especially a Friday night at Governor's. So it's like, whew, all right, I'm gonna plow through this. It's almost like playing at a strip club.
Right.
Like, all right, I just gotta fucking play. You know, you never know. It just takes that. Yeah. You'd always get like these bachelor parties would come here.
Right.
You know, the bachelorette parties are annoying enough.
Yeah.
But the drunk guys, are like 12 of them.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh my God.
At least the bachelorette, you hope they'll start making out. Then it's okay.
No, because they start crying, you know, and one's puking in the parking lot.
They talk amongst themselves the whole
they got the penis
show.
straws,
Right.
and, you know, they're on their phone, and the bill comes, and they all want it. No, I'll get it. No, I'll get it.
Right.
I didn't order 4 wines. Why am I paying for her?
Yeah.
So the early shows are great. I love it because the crowd's not as drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And they
You know.
pay attention. Yeah.
You didn't drive back to Jersey last night, did you?
I did, yeah.
Really?
It wasn't bad. It was only like an hour and 20.
Oh, all right. That's not bad.
Yeah. I usually stay out here, but then I'm like, what am I going to do from, you know, if I kick that at a hotel like 1 till like 7 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
You know, I got everything. In my town, we got the same shit. We got Kohl's, Home Depot, fucking Fridays,
Right.
Staples.
Yeah.
You know, we got the same stuff. So I'm like, I you know.
Yeah, true.
Can't really go sightseeing out here.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's see if this Kohl's has the Guns N' Roses shirt like the one by my house in Jersey.
Right.
Hey, all right. Thanks for that segue. Guns N' Roses, that metal show. Holy shit. I still miss that show, man. Loved that metal show. Loved it.
No, I miss it too. I mean, look, we had a good run.
You had a great run, yeah.
7 years, 130 episodes. So, you know, in TV time, that's amazing that it lasted that long. So eventually it's going to come to an end. But the whole company, Viacom, basically just, you know, was in trouble financially. So they just had someone cut in and they just cut pretty much everything, including our show and everything else. So,
but I think there's one thing that I think has been overlooked with that show was just you guys as hosts. The way you guys interviewed people. In fact, I've talked about it on here. It really kind of, it was a nice feel. Like you guys just would, it was like watching guys hanging out, having a laugh. It wasn't just, I mean, you guys asked questions and you asked great questions, but there were a lot of laughs. There was a lot of just hanging out and talking. And that's the kind of vibe we try to make in here, man. And you guys had great guests, always had great guests. You had good bits in the top 10s and all that. But the interview style that the three of you brought to it together, I never really hear anybody talk about that. So for a guy that we run this studio for Governors, so we're always trying to get good content and stuff. So you guys, that was a big deal for us. That, you know, it was like an inspiration. So,
right. No, I appreciate that. Thanks. Look, me and Don were friends for a long time. We got good chemistry. And then, you know, we didn't know Eddie, but Eddie Trunk.
Oh, the way you busted his balls.
Oh, I know.
So
but then he was,
you know, this from your mom. I don't know how this got in here.
I don't know how this question got in here. This is a question. This is another question here from Michael Shanker. Actually, he wants to know why there's a peephole connecting your dressing room with his. I don't know how this one got in here.
Tony, I always hear, be nice.
It is. It's nice. This one's from your wife. She said you got a package in the mail. It's a thing with a cylinder and a pump, and it says it will grow in 6 weeks.
From Staten Island.
And is it time to make the donuts? Do you have a question for Mr. Trunk?
Yeah. That's your sister.
Got in here.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking great.
But you know, and we, you know, he had a show on Q104.
Right.
At Friday nights, it was a heavy metal show from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So me and Don be coming home from comedy gigs and listening, like, man, this guy likes the same music as us.
And he knows his shit.
He knows his shit. So we met him at a concert. He goes, well, you guys are comics. Come on my radio show. And we'll talk comedy and we'll play some music. So we started hanging out on Friday night at a show. He goes, I work at VH1. He had another show. He goes, I'm going to pitch this show. Just 3 dudes talking about heavy metal, like any guys in bars would do.
Right.
And they picked up an episode. All right, we'll give you a pilot episode. And then it just took off from there. So we were all friends. We all grew up in Jersey.
Right.
I mean, we didn't know, we met Eddie later on, but They're like, hey, do some ball busting, do some interviews. And we knew we were all metalheads, so it wasn't
Right.
like we had to do any research
Right.
when these guys came in.
Yeah, it was all
we knew our
natural.
stuff.
Yeah.
So, no, that's how we want to kind of keep it, like kind of
Yeah.
just, a little awkward.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like, the Tonight Show. Where
Right.
everything's
Oh, it was always
proper.
you and Jameson on Eddie. It was always
Yeah, and it was just
him
like,
on his own.
like a girl would come up. I'm like, what's your question? You got a boyfriend? Just stupid shit. I'm like, where do you live? I go, I might move there. Just make it uncomfortable.
Right,
I don't
right.
know. We just like doing it. And the producers loved it, too. Yeah, and then we just, throw stuff at Eddie. Eddie, I don't know how to get in here.
Right.
Your mom wants to. But no, it was fun doing it, man.
And as a metalhead, you must have. I mean, that must have been like a dream come true to get to
Phenomenal.
talk to all these guys.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Every time. Angus Young, Brian Johnson.
Sammy Hagar.
Sammy, Michael Anthony.
Yeah.
That, every season was a different one. The guys
Right.
from Iron Maiden and
Sure.
everybody from Sabbath. Iommi, Geezer Butler.
Right.
So it was awesome, and Trunk knows those guys, so they felt comfortable coming in.
Yeah.
And then also like those metal guys, like they're not going on the Tonight Show.
Right.
Like
right.
if Dawkins got a new album out. They're not going on Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel. They'll
Right.
come to our show. Our show was like the Tonight Show for them.
Absolutely. Sure.
So they were, it was cool. And they're older now, so no one was a dick.
Right.
No one came in with an attitude
Sure.
or any of that shit. They were just happy to
Oh,
be
they
on
loved
it.
to be there. I mean, you had, like Adler popping out of the cake. Like
Oh, yeah,
guys
yeah,
were, they
yeah.
loved coming into, being a part of that and getting into it. I got the wrap it up notification, so I'll make this quick. But sticking with that theme, what do you think? The Van Halen tribute thing, good idea, bad idea? What do you think?
It's weird. I mean, David Lee Roth, Alex Van Halen, Jason Newsted, but
Yeah.
he said
And
he might not
Satch.
do it, and Satriani. I don't know. It's like,
Yeah.
And then do you bring in Sammy and Michael? Like, I don't know. It is kind of weird, but at the same time, but it's good. The music still gets out there. Still, I don't know.
what I want to know is why is not Wolfgang playing bass?
Right. We just
Wolf-
saw him.
Wolfgang
he's
should,
great.
yeah.
We
Wolf-
just saw him in concert.
He's amazing. And Dirty Honey, the opening band.
Dirty
they're
Honey. I
fucking
never
great.
heard of them before. I
Aren't
was
they
blown
great?
away, man.
They're
I
great,
was-
man.
Yeah, I went out and got the couple of CDs immediately. It was,
yep.
wow, these guys were good.
Really good.
Yeah.
But you think Wolfgang, if it makes more sense if it's Wolfgang, Alex, Dave, and then a different guitar player.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to get Jason Newsted, I don't know why they would, like, he's a metal bass player. I mean, I guess he could do the Michael Anthony stuff, but does he do backup vocals? And so, I don't know.
Yeah, and
weird.
Wolfgang's voice is so good.
But he's,
I just think that Dave and Sammy don't get along, so I don't see that happen. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Right.
But then I heard there was a whole thing they were going to try to do the
Right,
whole thing
before
with
he
Sammy
died. Right.
and Michael and Dave.
they said
and
even
everybody.
Sharon was going to be in on that. They said
Right, which
Yeah.
would be great. I don't know. I mean, Dave, I love Dave. I'm a huge Dave fan. But,
Yeah.
his voice, he's older. He's 67, 68.
Right. I mean,
so
not everybody can be like Sammy, be in his 70s and still sing like
Still
that.
sing like that, too.
Unbelievable.
So,
right?
and
We
there's
saw him at
egos.
Jones Beach a couple of
Oh,
years
he's
ago.
fantastic,
He's
man.
fantastic.
He's unbelievable. And his band is great, too. So I don't know. I mean, I would go see it, but it's just weird. It's a weird lineup.
Yes, but that's it exactly. But you wouldn't miss it. It's
No.
a weird lineup, but you gotta go check
absolutely.
it out.
I mean, I've been a huge fan. I saw him twice on the comeback tour.
Right, yeah.
With Dave and stuff. It was great.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, look, all these guys are getting older. I mean, Ozzy's like 73 now.
I know.
It's
I
crazy,
was
right?
saying to him, I was like, the next decade's going to be really painful.
It's painful, I know.
And every month, it's going to hurt.
I just saw Billy Joel for the first time at the Garden. I never
wow.
saw him
Yeah.
before. I said, I want to see him.
He
before
lost
anything
all that
happens.
weight, though. He's going to live like another 10,
He was
20 years
amazing.
now.
I saw all these old the Elton John in the last couple of years, Bob Seger,
Oh,
Billy
yeah.
Joel, The Who.
But
Yeah.
you didn't see Phil Collins, did you?
No.
We saw,
He
saw
hates-
Phil Collins.
He hates Phil
Oh,
Collins.
really?
I don't hate him. It's just that
It was good.
that
I watched-
80s stuff is
we have
just,
a dog that looks like Mike Rutherford.
Well, the Genesis stuff was, I don't know, he was so silly. The 80s, the Susu Studio.
I watched the you on Kumia from last summer, and they go on and on about Phil Collins.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's just
so
so
funny.
I laughed
songs
my
that
ass
still
off.
stand the test of time. It's just kind of like,
Yeah.
And he was always trying to be funny in the videos, like
He's
he was
always
singing out of
goofy,
his
yeah.
drumstick, and then they're fucking doing that stupid I don't know. It's just
Oh, yeah, the wall.
he annoyed me because he was in a part of. He was like the Dave Grohl. I love Grohl, but like
Yeah.
before Grohl, he had to do everything on Live Aid. He flew from England, and he had to
Right.
fly to Philly to
Yeah.
play drums in both bands. All right, dude.
Right.
But the 80s, everything in the 80s was goofy. He was just like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
normal
but some
goofy.
reason that stuck out. Susu Studio, and then what's his other ones? Easy Lover. That was,
One More Night, Against All Odds. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just I feel bad for the guy. He married these train wrecks of women.
Yeah.
They took all his
the
money.
Same one a couple of times.
Yeah, and then the one before took like 3/4 of his money over in England. So,
But that one, she took, I think it was like $50 million or something. But then he got back with her.
yeah,
And she took it again.
She took it again.
took it again, and then she married a male escort.
That's exactly what I got right here.
Yeah.
These are my notes for our show on Monday.
Yeah.
It turns out the guy she married, well, she was living with Phil again, married this guy while she's still living with Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it turns out the guy was an escort, and now they're getting divorced. They were married for a whole, 6 months or something.
You know what the problem is with a lot of musicians? They need to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Which is
They're-
amazing to me.
They only know how to play an instrument. They stayed in their room their whole childhood.
They're
and
like
just,
20-year-olds
right.
forever. Yeah.
So they need a woman to take care of them. So
Right.
and they get in these destructive relationships because they don't know how to do anything but play that instrument.
Yes.
They're amazing at that. They don't know anything else.
Right.
So when you get that and you pick the wrong woman,
Right.
it works out. You get like a Sharon Osbourne, got Ozzy and Shea,
Yeah.
Sure.
got him off the couch, had a great career.
Right.
But then you get these other women that just I'm going to
A
take
lot of them
advantage
got
of this
lucky,
guy.
like Ringo Starr. I mean, like everyone.
yeah.
A lot of them got really lucky.
But even actors, too. Anybody watch this Johnny Depp shit? I mean, this guy can't even speak in
yeah.
full sentences when you watch
Poor
some of the
guy.
clips on YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
He's something's not right.
Well, that's another
Crazy.
one. She's the crazy wild woman.
Right.
He was married, living in France on a farm. Right. He's like, all right, this is boring. I did this for 10 years.
Yeah.
Right.
And then this girl comes and rocks his world, and then he gets involved with that too.
Crazy. Fucking crazy.
I know.
shit. All right. I don't want to keep you. I appreciate the time you had, crazy weekend, but this was
I
was great,
appreciate you
man.
having me. Absolutely. Yeah. No
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
Thanks
Maybe
for your time.
maybe we'll do a Zoom again at some point. And,
Yeah, I could do
talk
it.
some
No
more.
problem. Yeah, we'll do a
Okay.
Zoom. Definitely.
That'd
yeah.
be great, man.
Yeah,
I really appreciate your time. Big fan. So this was a big
Thank
deal,
you.
man.
Thanks,
Thank you.
man.
Bite the Bullet. Go check it out on YouTube.
Thanks again.
Jim Florentine. Thank you, pal.
No problem, man.
All right. Very nice. Okay. So that's it. We're out of here too, then, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right. So my
Yeah.